Okay, just like clap in front of your face.
Me?
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
How's my posture?
Not really think about it. It's just be casual.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Passion. It's like a limitless love for something. In my brain, I usually perceive it to be about something. You know, like I'm passionate about food or art.
One of them said, Lars, you're a ranger. You're a stranger than attraction to danger.
My name is Mainard Larkin. I'm 23 years old. I grew up on the North Shore, in the suburbs, and everything was quite straight-laced around me. Like, I went to a Catholic school, and so, you know, everything was quite... but, yeah, I've always been interested and consumed by pop culture and wrestling and, like, music and just things that were out of my bubble, like things that I wanted to access, but I could only dream about. Yeah, my family were always very supportive, which that really helped a lot because it meant that I could still like follow the things I loved without, you know, being told to move in the opposite direction.
You're a ranger. You're a stranger than attraction to danger.
Making music videos has been amazing because I have such talented friends. Lifeguard was probably the hardest, but it was also super fun. The reason why it was so hard was because we were shooting in the middle of the night in a swimming pool, so even though it was the summer, it was just like freezing cold and we had to keep getting in and out of the water and like, yeah, but that was sick though. The Rangers video was really fun because I got to style myself and we had bagels on the set. Frankenstein was probably the funnest because we were in a home that had been created for me and Totems, and it was just like, there was just cool stuff everywhere. And also like the amount of people that gave up their time just to help out on that video and make it happen was quite like, yeah, it was like a blessing, yeah.
One of them said, Lars, you're a ranger. You're a stranger than attraction to danger.
I grew up listening to like pop rock and stuff, and then when I was 18 I found Odd Future, so like Tyler the Creator, Earl, Delmar Genesis, Hodgie Beats, and even the Jet Age of Tomorrow. I really liked them. Like I was just really inspired by their approach to making music. Like it was really funky, but it was like, there were like all these grooves, and you know, it wasn't even like my music sounded anything like that, but it just really motivated me to create. Also Sid the Kid, who is in the internet, yeah, her, like, I used to listen to instrumentals by her, and I don't know, like, they were so simple and like, but like amazing, so I'd kind of just lose it to her tracks. So yeah, those cats really like expanded my imagination and made me realize that music didn't have to be constrained to a box, or it didn't have to sound like a particular thing. It didn't have to sound like what was on the radio, you know, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many cool people in Auckland, like who are doing creative stuff. You know, like I live with creative people, and my girlfriend's creative, and then she lives with Ethan, who is in Charlie Freak, who y'all filmed. My friend Dirk, he's really great. Like I was kind of a fanboy before I met him, and I'd like go see him at Zine Fest and buy prints of him, and then now he's like my homie, which is cool. Everyone at Candlelit Pictures, they're crazy. They live in a massive house out on Power Road. So yeah, they're just like, they'll do anything for art, you know, they'll always push the boundaries, and I really respect that, so those cats are dope. I would say like my favorite people to see live, my favorite people that who I've seen live in the last few years would definitely be Heavy, just because like I think they're steezy as fuck. Oh, I really like Astro Children and oh man, I just want to make sure I get this right. Kerosene Comic Book, when they were doing stuff. I mean, they're still doing stuff, but like I remember they were having their own shows at one point, and that was really cool. So Totems and Skymning. I really enjoyed Keria Girls stuff. He released quite a few projects. He had like a ridiculous amount of productivity. Like some people were so productive, and it's like, how do you do this? I guess like bigger artists go to kind of like Karin Moccasin, Uomo. I'm saying that like who doesn't like Uomo, you know? So, I think like growing up and not knowing, you know, like I was gender non-conforming, or I didn't identify with the gender assigned to me at birth. So I was always different in that it was like, you know, I was seen as a girl, but I would play sports or I'd do all this stuff, or, you know, I'd dress kind of like in a way that was considered to be more masculine. And then as I got older, I think I channeled that, like, there was a lot of confusion around that because, you know, when you're 10, you don't have all these words. You don't know that when you're 23, there's going to be like, you're going to have this whole group of friends and everyone's going to be like discussing gender, and that you're going to have friends who they don't identify with the binary. So when I started making music, I kind of used it as a way to like figure out who I was and how I identified, and I'd write about characters and I kind of felt like I was them. Like if I didn't feel like I fit within this world, I'd just make a character, like a little, like I'd write about this like little boy. I don't know, when I was 20, I kind of came out as being trans, and that was really good. It was quite challenging, but yeah, it's been like I found a lot of acceptance within my, like, as far as the people in my life go, like my family and friends have been amazing, yeah. And yeah, as far as sexuality goes, like, I think when you like think about gender and how you identify with that, it's, you know, it's such a crazy spectrum of when it comes to identity that I just can't even like, I'm like, oh, I have a girlfriend, I love her, so, but then I don't really, like, I wouldn't call myself heterosexual because I guess I don't feel like there's any label that can fit. Yeah, I can't put a finger on it, really. I really want to complete a project by the spring. Ideally it would be an album, which is quite ambitious, but yeah, that's what I'm looking towards. Also, I've been getting really into patch designs, so I've begun like designing more patches, and I haven't produced them yet, but yeah, I reckon more merch, like, yeah, just steezy stuff, you know, and drawings. I want to draw like pictures of wrestlers, yeah, and hopefully an overseas show in the next coming year. That's kind of what I'm looking towards. Sweet, cool. Man.